What's up guys, Matt here. I'm about to take you guys through a 30-unit apartment complex that we're building in Trenton, New Jersey. Walking through it with my man, Hervé Francois and Adam Ross from my team. And we're gonna be going through all kinds of cool stuff. I want you guys to pay attention to a few things. I'm gonna be going through the numbers with Hervé on the financials on how to build an apartment complex just like this. If you guys wanna get into new construction of multifamily, this is the video for you. Watch where I go through the numbers on it. And we're gonna go through a incredible thing that we figured out on how to add tremendous value and make tremendous cash flow by doing a small couple $1,000 tweak to the apartment complex. So stay tuned for that as well. And there's a free gift embedded in here as well. So you guys want free stuff, want to $2 grand to make, you know, probably 30, 40 grand in value and lots of cash flow. And you guys want to go through the numbers on a 30-unit multifamily. Stay tuned. Here we go. Let's walk through the building. What's up, Adam? What's
going on?
So Adam was on the DeRosa team for a while. And by the way, Hervé Francois.
In the house. In the house.
Acquisitions and dispositions manager. So we're about to go drive by a construction site that I'm working on personally on a 30-unit building here in Trenton. Adam helped me for a long time on that project, but is now on to bigger and better and pretty much co-running our property management company at DeRosa out of state. But for a while there, Adam helped me direct a lot of the efforts to get this property shovel ready and approved to build. And you guys are about to see Adam's reaction to the first time seeing this building, and it's pretty far out of the ground now.
Yeah, so I got involved in this project with Matt when it was in the pre-construction phase. So really helping kind of manage all of the various consultants that are involved, from the architects, the construction company, getting bids, and just working through all the approvals with the city. So a lot of work and things.
What's the biggest lesson you got out of it? The biggest tip, biggest lesson you got?
Biggest lesson I got, those guys are expensive, so be prepared and be efficient when you're working with them. I think that's probably
one of the here we go, Adam. So here, show us your facial reaction. There, my friend,
wow,
on the left
there it is.
Clint Lofts.
That's a knuckle right there.
Yeah, right. Now turn it, show the audience a little bit what you're looking at. Boom, look at this. This is first time looking at this. Now, show down the street here. We'll look down the block. Boom. Wow. That's Clint Lofts.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Look at that.
Adam, man, look at that.
It's amazing.
Reality. Going from paper to reality. Now we're gonna bring everybody around the front. We'll tour the building. We'll do a quick rundown of the inside outside. You know, we got some time for a tour. But quick, what was that like? So, and we'll go around the back of it and all that. But so far, what's it like seeing something that was on paper in reality?
I think it's pretty amazing just to see that come to fruition, and it's there, it's grand, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think
it's a lot bigger. Well, when I first saw it get framed, I'm like, oh my goodness,
it's a lot.
Like, it's pretty, like, you know, it's like 40 feet tall. I'm like, oh wow, this is a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, they got the brick skin on the side. Hervé, I'll tell you something funny about that brick. See that brick on the corner? Yes. Looks like full brick.
Yeah.
Guess what?
What is it?
But in construction these days, what you're able to do, that's a quarter brick. It's that brick is like as thin as your finger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know, but no, it's so much cheaper. Hervé, that's like, that brick right there is like, yo, that's my man, Mike. That brick right there is like, you know, maybe 1/4 the cost installed of what regular brick would be. And you walk up on that brick, there's no way you could tell that it's you know,
looks like
it's little, yeah.
Brick. Right.
But it's because it is brick, but it's a little teeny brick. It's a little skinny brick, like that, you know? All right, let's go, let's hop in and take a look. Adam, so here we go, Clint Lofts, look at it. So, man, last time you were here, Adam, you were just saying, what does this property look like the last time you were here?
Last time I was here, it was an abandoned lot, a little bit of grass, a couple guys trying to sell some weed here with their trucks.
So, guys selling weed in trucks, right, parked here on this parking lot, and now a 30-unit apartment building. Yeah, cool.
These could be some sizable units, because it looks like it could take on more than 30 units.
Yeah, well, so these are all townhomes. These are all, I'll give you guys a tour. These are up and down. These are all, everything here is bi-level townhomes. There's a couple of one bedrooms on what Adam and I call the knuckle on the corner, because the building kind of shaped like a knuckle like that. So on the knuckle on the corner, there's a couple of one bedrooms. But I'll take you guys through that too. Hey, Hervé, quick quiz. Why is this bathtub full of water?
Great question, great question. Assuming it didn't come from a leak.
Yeah, right. Because it's not supposed to be, Matt. Right.
It's not coming
It's
from
not for us to take baths.
No, definitely not for you to take baths.
It's not
because
bath
dirty
time.
water and everything else like that. Is it to prevent the tub from cracking?
Not to prevent, to prove if it is cracked, we would find out, right, Mike?
Oh, okay.
That's a good answer.
Is that again? Did I just make some shit up? I think I might have just made some shit up, Mike. Yeah.
That could work too.
Mike, is there a good reason why it's full of water, or is it just a question with no answer?
First plumbing inspection, make sure nothing's.
So the plumbing inspector can,
We can fill it from there all the way to the top of the vent on the roof.
Yeah, so the entire plumbing system is full of water.
Okay.
So the plumbing inspector can come in here.
And check.
Yeah.
Sure. Right.
I thought they filled it with compressed air, Mike. Like, I thought they filled the system with, or is that natural gas?
Those are the old days.
Those are the old days.
New days of swimming.
We are updated.
We're allowed to do that still with water line.
Oh, okay. Not the tubs and.
All right, let's take you guys upstairs. Talking to you guys through some quick numbers here. This is a 30-unit apartment building. Big win that we got was the price of the land. Bought this from the city of Trenton, and the great deal for them, great deal for us because they got to create a bunch of housing here. City of Trenton purchase price for this land, Hervé, half an acre of land, 150 grand. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. Then my buddy Mike from Speedwell, before change orders, wink wink, they came in at $7 million to build this building, which is about $175 a square foot.
All right, so that's their all-in cost.
All in cost, $7 million.
Okay.
Right. Plus factor in carrying costs for interest and carrying a construction loan.
Right.
All those things. Total project cost comes in around 7.8, 7.9 all in.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. The bank loan that we got was around $5.5 million.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So that means we needed to come up with for this project with $2.5 million in investor equity.
So that
right?
$5.5 million, is that construction loan money?
That's all construction loan.
Gotcha.
And so that comes
Higher
in,
rate, yep.
comes in as you go, right? Definitely higher rate, probably around
Higher
eight,
rate, right,
8.5, 9. You may feel a slight sting interest, right?
Yeah.
So that was that. Investor equity was about $2.5 million. What's interesting about that is one of our investor partners, produced the majority of the equity. The contractor, the construction company, wrote a check as well. So I got the construction company to write a check to be a part of the sale. They wrote a check for $500,000.
Towards equity?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir. They're in this deal as an equity partner too.
Okay.
And we have a money partner who's like call him the CFO for the deal. Great partner.
Okay.
In that, and so that's that. So then the plan is 30 units. With the rents that we'll get here, we'll get about $2,000 a month in rent on this property. So all in about 60 grand a month in rent. What's great, guys, YouTube watchers here, the expense ratio is coming in at 25%.
Oh, I was going to say 30 to 35.
25.
Okay,
Guess
25.
why? Because we got a tax abatement, and this is something you guys gotta find.
That's
Irvin
right.
and I have done deals in
Oh,
Minnesota.
yes.
There's gotta be
Big time.
some sort of a juice, some sort of a
right.
twist. I don't want to call it subsidy because it's not subsidy. It is an incentive from the town. Subsidies typically require you to do something else in exchange for you and them giving you money.
That's right.
Subsidy might mean rent to people, earning, way below that
Median
median
income in the
income,
area.
and that's good. We still need housing like that. This is not that kind of housing.
This is all market rent.
Yes,
That $2,000
yes.
a month.
There are also subsidies that might say, I need you to hire only union contractors or
Right.
contractors that are earning above a certain dollar amount. All good programs, not the requirement here. All they required was that we would build it and finish the project, and then they would fix our real estate taxes.
Right.
They just need more housing. That's
Yep.
all they needed.
Absolutely.
So as long as we build this project and lease it up, then our taxes remain at the tax on the land.
Right.
Right?
Not on the property itself.
Not on the prime, not on any of these
Building.
improvements,
Right.
just the land
Just
value.
on the land.
The next 20 years. Remember.
God bless.
Not bad.
Yeah,
God bless
not
us,
bad
right?
at all. Yeah.
So what that does is that makes the bottom line of the property, listeners, higher, this makes the property worth more. So what we project is on today's cap rates, this property will be worth $10 million when it's done.
Yes.
And so our all-in cost would be, 7.8, 7.9, somewhere in there.
Right.
Our intent is to refinance it or maybe even sell it, who knows?
Okay.
Either way, a win for our investors. So there's a brief breakdown of the numbers. I know you guys, you YouTuber folks watchers, love it when I break down numbers for you guys, all you number junkies out there. So there's your numbers. All right, let's keep going. I got a quickie tip lesson for you guys. Most people think you need millions to buy apartment buildings. They are wrong. When I got started, I didn't come from money, but I learned how to raise capital and find deals and build a business that's able to do as many multifamily deals as we want to do from the ground up. Today, DeRosa Group owns over 2,000 apartment units and manages a portfolio worth more than $165 million. Multifamily has changed my life, and now I want it to change yours. That's why we've created a free 6-day course that'll walk you through exactly how to buy your first apartment building, from raising the capital to closing that deal with confidence. Click the link below and join the course. It is totally free. All right, Hervé, so quick lesson that came in the world of value add here in this apartment building, okay?
Yes.
Our fault when we were looking at the plans. We didn't notice. See this door? Goes
Yes.
out to a lovely balcony outside. Okay. Beautiful view. We didn't notice, Hervé, that there's also a lovely balcony just like this directly above. This is a bi-level unit, right? So you walk in,
Right.
from there,
Yeah.
you got a kitchen area, and like that, come upstairs,
Right.
all the things. And then you go up that flight of steps, and there's 2 bedrooms up there. And on those 2 bedrooms, perhaps a mistake of the architect, there's another door that goes to balconies. This unit has not 1, but 2 balconies. So I looked at that and I'm like, nobody needs 2 balconies. 2 balconies is nice. But you're not gonna get extra rent for 2 balconies.
That's right.
And it's excessive, right? For anyone.
Right.
So I went to our builder and I said, hey, why can't I take this door, take it out? Just, no door.
No door.
I mean, what do I do with the door? You know what I do with the door, Hervé?
What do you do?
Put it over there.
Okay.
What? So that means the person in this apartment over here, or Adam, say hi, Adam.
They have
So now Adam is the tenant over here, and Adam gets a door in his apartment, and me and Hervé in our apartment, we get a door in our apartment, right?
Right.
So this guy gets that door goes over there,
Right.
and this gets framed in.
Right.
This apartment still has a door. Where is it? It's upstairs. This guy gets a door over here.
So he has a balcony.
Right.
There we
So
go.
now we both get a
Everybody's
balcony.
Everybody's
Everybody's happy. Everybody wins.
Yeah,
You get a
balcony.
car. You get a car. You get a car. Oprah, right?
You get a
Balcony on their apartment. Nothing for having 2 balconies, but I can get $200 from the apartment next door for having the joy of having a balcony. It's gonna have the furniture. They can, if they're a smoker, go outside, have a cigarette, a cigar, whatever you want to do, or just enjoy your cup of coffee, watching the sunrise. Whatever you want to do,
Right.
that people do on balconies, just having some of that fresh air, right?
Right.
All those things. $200. So now I get an extra $200 from the apartment next door
Right.
that I wasn't gonna get. So I increased our revenue for this property just by moving that door. And there's 2 doors
Yep.
that need to get relocated. There's another situation just like this around the corner. So 2 of these locations, we get $400 more per month by relocating a door. That's $4,800 a year,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And Hervé, works with an underwriting team. You guys watching here, do your math on what $5,000 a year is going to do in bottom line cash flow for your value at today's cap rates.
Right.
A lot. Bump. How much did the contractor want? Hervé, quick question. For moving that door over there.
Oh my goodness.
So framing, moving, all
Yeah.
that. It's the same door, by the way. I didn't buy another door.
Right.
It's this door is
But he
going to
had-
come off and go over there.
But he had to frame the other side.
Yes, sir.
For the door.
And new wood
Yeah, new
and the
wood.
labor, everything done,
Labor,
soup to nuts. How much for both doors to get real? I'm moving 2 doors. I'm moving this one
Oh, yeah?
and the one around the corner.
Right.
How much?
So moving this one, putting it around the corner, frame on
Yes,
the
guys,
corner,
before I
like
say
that.
the number, y'all write in the comments how much you think it was.
Right. I'm gonna guess. I'm a lowball, man. I'm gonna say $3,000.
He's taking my thunder. $2,000. 2 grand. 2 grand. Still,
Man, I was
but
like-
still.
Oh,
you
okay,
know,
no, but
I thought I was high-fiving myself because I'm like, I'm paying 2 grand
Yeah.
to move 2 doors
a
to
lot.
make
You know
$4,800
what
a
it
year.
was?
So that's a 200% IRR, man.
Once you told me
What?
labor, I upped my estimate.
You would a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
No, but you're also doing the math. Like, hey, how much could a couple sticks of lumber cost you not buying a new door?
Yeah.
It's the same door.
It's the same door,
Yeah,
moving
but the
it around.
value that I get for a $2,000 investment,
Right.
right? Guys, so listeners, lesson. There are certainly big value adds you guys can do to your rental properties and everything like that. But there are also big values you can get for little investments, right? This is a certainly low-hanging fruit thing that you guys can do. So what are let's get a quick lesson, other value add lessons. I'll go first. Adding a dishwasher, right? Could cost you $500-600. Tenants will pay extra for that. Give me like one more that you've seen us do. We've done this at DeRosa. What else have you seen done?
Believe it or not, man, a gooseneck kitchen faucet.
Yep.
People love those things.
Yep.
Who knew?
Gooseneck kitchen faucets,
All right.
ceiling fans in a bedroom.
Ceiling fans in a
Ceiling
bedroom.
fan in the bedroom. How much is that going to
Absolutely.
cost? Maybe $100-200, right?
Absolutely.
People like comfort, accessibility, convenience. When
Let me
you
ask you on the amenities thing. Wash dry hookups.
wash dry hookups,
Wash dry
those are
hookups.
big money.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go to laundromat.
Do they have
Nobody
those here?
wants to go to laundromat. What's
You got
that?
washer dry hookups here?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
sir.
There
Yeah,
you go. No one
yeah.
wants to go to
And if you're
laundromat.
on a new build construction, there's no reason why.
Not that.
The only reason you ever don't see a washer dryer in a new construction unit is because the builder decided to go cheap.
Right.
There is no reason why you can't put washer dryers in a new construction unit because it's just a little tuck that you
Yeah.
put a stackable,
That's right.
everything like that. So these units certainly have washer dryers. So listeners, find some spots where you guys can create large exponential value for little to no investment, not no investment, but little investment in your properties. That's your tip, guys.
I know it's not in yet.
So yeah, we're in the middle of rough inspections now. You can see all this. This is all rough. By the way, this is your Hervé, is this hot or cold water in the red? Okay, good. All right, blue is cold. Okay, good. All right, this is for the HVAC. These white lines here. This is all electrical boxes that haven't been wired yet, even though our GC is saying we're ready for rough inspection. I'm not seeing wire in these boxes, so we'll shall see about that.
There's a lot of hope.
Yeah, I know, right? Fingers crossed. Yeah. And this, Hervé, orange is new construction for multifamily. What do you think's in here? What do you think that is?
Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm gonna guess that is that some kind of gas line?
Adam, what's your guess? What's in that orange line here, Adam?
Because I saw that downstairs as well, and
Huh?
not water.
No.
Water.
I've done multiple single-family new constructions that none of them had that orange because it's typically not required on single-family. What goes in there is typically not required in single-family new construction.
Inside.
But it's
so
multifamily, a lot of units under one thing, so there is a concern for fire. So yeah, that's your sprinkler, right? That's your sprinkler that goes in there, okay? So, and we're gonna get an insurance reduction because we have a sprinkler in our property. So there you go, that's your sprinkler.
Very nice.
Now your question, Hervé, is when do they hang insulation? They do that after they get a rough inspection, right? After they get the rough inspection to inspect all this stuff, then insulation goes in. Then some towns, including the lovely town of Trenton, which is where this is going to require us to come back through and have them come through again, inspect all the insulation, make sure it's done properly, make sure that there's this spray foam stuff called fire blocking that goes in between all the joists and all that. They're going to make sure all that's done, then we're allowed to sheetrock. And then you're right. Then it's called rock to finish. Then you can rock it, you can paint it, then you can come and do your trim, and you're off to the races. Rock to finish. All right, Hervé. So final thoughts. Tour in a 30-unit.
Wow,
New
this
construction project here in Trenton. What do you got? Final thoughts, man. Take it home.
man, listen, this is really, really impressive. It's great to see construction from ground up, the bones. You start beginning to see the wiring and the plumbing. You begin to really envision what the final project could look like, what the final apartment building is going to look like, right? And you got these workers working here every day. I mean, so, you know, from Adam, I know is extremely surprised just to see what turns from drawings into where we are now.
Yeah.
I'm sure in a few months from now, it could be fully completed, or very close to being fully completed. So very, very impressive. There's a lot to learn. There's truly a lot to learn, and the best yet to come.
What I learned in doing this job so far is that the money's hiding in a different place in new construction, right? Like when you're doing, like if you're buying like a 70s, you know, Irving and I own a lot of 70s, you know, 1970s built, 1960s built, and I think maybe some 80s built, I'm not sure. The money's there in bringing things up to current standards and charging for those upgrades, right? In new construction, the money is all about in keeping your construction costs down, or mitigating costs going in, and mitigating revenue and pushing revenue on the back end so that you can get it done for this and have it worth this when you're done, right? So like that's where the money is in new construction.
Absolutely.
And finding a little bit of juice, like a small tax incentive or something like that you can do.
Get that juice.
You got to get that, because
Even more
honestly,
so with materials and labor prices going up.
And just one last note, in new construction, the thing that'll absolutely slay your profit are things like change orders, up charges and things like that. So you got to keep all that down too. And there's a lot more moving parts in new construction, but I found it so far, guys, my first big multifamily new construction project, I found it to be, I think fairly lucrative for us. And so we'll be doing more. Stay tuned, guys. Keep your questions in the comment box. See you there.